We're all ready?
Recording in progress.
Thank you. Good evening. This is the time and place set for the regular meeting of the Pasadena Planning Commission. My name is Carol Hunt Hernandez, and I will be the chairperson for this meeting. We will take roll call at this time.
Commissioner Sims, Commissioner Walters,
Here.
Commissioner Higginbotham,
Here.
Commissioner Hanson, Commissioner Delgado,
Present.
Commissioner Burns,
Here.
Commissioner Albrecht,
Present.
Vice Chair Giesinger,
Here.
and Chair Hernandez.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. I would like to now go over the procedures we will follow this evening. For public hearings and action items, the staff will present their recommendations. After the staff's presentation, the planning commissioners will ask questions for clarification. If an item is listed as a public hearing, I will open the public hearing. Our procedures limit speaking time to 3 minutes per person. If there is an applicant, then they will have up to 15 minutes to speak and answer questions from the commission. After the testimony is complete, the Planning Commission will close the public hearing, discuss the merits of the recommendation, and make a decision. If you wish to make a public comment, then you will need to fill out a speaker card. If you're attending the meeting in person, then you may hand your card to the recording secretary, and she's over in the corner over there. If you are attending the meeting virtually, please fill out the speaker card from online and at the link provided on the agenda. When we get to your item, I will call your name, and you'll be asked to come to the podium to speak virtually. Please note, any written documents submitted at this hearing will be needed to be summarized verbally for the commission to consider this evening. The public comment can come on any items not on the agenda. And with that, I would like to turn to our first item that is on the agenda, which is public comments that are not on the agenda. And is there anybody? No, there is nobody here in the audience or virtually that would like to speak. Thank you. Then we will go on to approval of the minutes. We have a minutes from our meeting of April 22nd. Does anybody?
I'll move to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Roll call.
Commissioner Walters,
Yay.
Commissioner Higginbotham,
Yes.
Commissioner Hanson, Commissioner Delgado,
Yes.
Commissioner Burns,
I'll abstain. Wasn't present.
Commissioner Albrecht,
Yes.
Vice Chair Giesinger,
Yes.
and Chair Hernandez.
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you. Then we are going to move on then to our public evening for this evening, which is an uncodified ordinance to repeal ordinances number 7455 and 7457. Staff presentation.
Yes, I'll have Planning Manager Louis Rocha present.
All right. Good evening, Chair. Good evening, Commissioners. This next item before you is consideration of an uncodified ordinance to repeal uncodified interim urgency ordinances number 7455 and 7457. So just a little quick of background as to how we got here. So in January of 2025, we had a severe windstorm and destructive fires throughout Southern California. Here in Pasadena, the Ian fire destroyed 185 structures. And the most affected areas were primarily zoned single-family residential. Here on the graphic to the right-hand side, you see the 4 neighborhoods that were impacted by the fire. In the flatlands, we had the Natha, Dundee Heights, and Victory Rose neighborhood. And we also had the Upper Hastings Ranch area, which is the subject of tonight's item. That's located in our Hillside Overlay District. As you all are aware, Senate Bill 9, also known as SB 9, which took effect in 2021, requires public agency to ministerially approve up to 4 units on a single-family lot, with or without a lot split. And here on this graphic, you can see that SB 9 can be 4 units on the left-hand side on 1 lot, or you can do an urban lot split and have still 4 units, but split the lot into 2. With SB 9 in mind, concerns were raised over the potential for widespread SB 9 development, potentially impacting evacuation routes in single-family zone neighborhoods and very high fire hazard severity zones that are impacted by either the Palisades or the Ian fire. In response to those concerns, the governor issued an executive order on July of 2025. And the executive order gave local agencies discretion to allow or not allow SB 9 applications in sites that are in very high fire severity zones and were part of the boundary of one of the two fires. Here in Pasadena, there are approximately 185 single-family zone properties that are both within the boundary of the Ian Fire and in a very high fire hazard severity zone. And these are located in the northernmost portion of Upper Hastings Ranch. This graphic before you identifies two things. One, the different fire hazard severity zones. The pink color is the very high fire zone, and you see that on the graphic. The black thick line is the boundary of the Ian Fire. The dashed line are properties that are both within the very high fire hazard zone and within the boundary of the Ian Fire. It is within these areas that are dashed where SB9 applications could be paused. Within these dashed areas, there are approximately 185 properties and 70 structures, almost half, were destroyed. With that in mind, on September of last year, the council held a first reading of an uncodified interim urgency ordinance, number 7455, to prohibit SB9 applications in that area of northern portion of Upper Hastings. And second reading occurred and the ordinance was published and effective by September 18th, 2025. However, the interim ordinance was adopted as an urgency ordinance and was only valid for 45 days unless the council extended it. Which the council did so. On October 20th, they held first reading of ordinance number 7457 and a second reading on October 27th, 2025, with the ordinance effective by October 30th of that same year. And what this ordinance did was extend ordinance 7455 for an additional period of 22 months and 15 days. So for a total validity period of 24 months, the city put a pause on SB9 applications in Upper Hastings. More recently, though, after the council took those actions, in December of last year, a lawsuit was filed against Governor Newsom, the County of LA, and the cities of LA, Malibu, and Pasadena. And the lawsuit alleges that the order given by the governor and subsequent orders, ordinances, and policies that are based on that order violate constitutional and statutory law, including the California Emergency Services Act. And the petitioners seek a court order requiring the respondents, such as Pasadena, to review and process SB9 applications within the Ian Fire area, and a judicial declaration that the executive order and corresponding local orders, ordinances, and policies are unlawful. To avoid the cost, risks, and uncertainties associated with litigation, which primarily focus on the validity of the governor's executive orders, and in consideration of the length of time that has elapsed since the Ian Fire, the city of Pasadena and petitioners have reached a conditional settlement. The conditional settlement will be effective if the city elects to repeal both ordinance 7455 and 7457 by September 30th of this year, or a later date if the parties mutually agree to that date. If the ordinances are repealed, the suspensions implemented by both those ordinances will be lifted immediately. With that, staff does recommend that the Planning Commission recommend to the City Council that the actions proposed are exempt from CEQA, and that the Planning Commission recommend that the City Council adopt the uncodified ordinance to repeal both interim urgency ordinances 7455 and 7457. That includes our presentation, and we're available for questions.
Thank you, Chair. Do we know at this time, since there's been a lot of building permits pulled for, especially in the Hastings Ranch area, whether anybody has inquired about SB9 and has desired to split their lot?
Yeah, we've not received inquiries or interest in necessarily doing SB9. What we've been getting a lot of inquiries and applications for our ADUs. Since, as part of the rebuild, the city has issued 17 ADU permits, and 10 of those are in Upper Hastings.
Are there 17 ADU permits in addition to the building permit for the primary residence or prior to the?
In conjunction with fire rebuilds.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Do we know what the city of LA and the county is doing about this? Are they doing the same procedure as we are doing?
I am not aware of their standing in terms of if they're going to settle or proceed with the litigation.
And was there any action against the governor, and what is his response? Since it's his executive order?
I'm not aware of a public response by the governor's office, and also I'm not aware that they're working towards a settlement agreement either.
Okay, thank you. That were my three questions.
Maybe, go ahead, Mick.
Sorry.
Thank you. Do we know if the lawsuits were private parties or business entities?
It's Yes in My Backyard. They're represented by Patterson O'Neill, so they're around in the space. I believe that Andrew Slocum might have also been a petitioner in this case.
So Louise, just to be clear, so now the ordinance is lifted, so any of the properties in Upper Hastings Ranch can be lot split?
Can be what, I'm sorry?
Lot
Oh,
split.
Yes, if the council adopts this repeal ordinance, those properties in Upper Hastings that currently can't apply SB 9 or take advantage of it would have the option to utilize SB 9, which would mean either potentially doing up to 4 units on the property or doing a lot split. And if they do the lot split, they could still get no more than 4 units, so just 2 on each lot.
Then are you aware of the recent legislation that the county or Sasha Renee Perez has,
Yes.
that's to
Yes.
set
Yes,
aside
that's-
SB 9 and 1123?
Yes, that's her SB 1000 or 1010, I believe, is targeting both SB 9 and SB 684 and SB 1123.
And that's time limited till like 5 years after?
Yes,
It's
and
a-
so so for her, it's SB 9, which is the subject that we're discussing, but also SB 684/1123, which allows small lot subdivisions up to 10 on vacant, single-family zone sites. And what they're looking for is a bill that will have a 5-year pause on those
Right.
applications.
And just to clarify, that bill, the primary focus of it is for the 10-unit subdivision, not really the SB 9, but that was included in it, because that has been a big issue raised. In Altadena, the 5 years would be from the date of the fire, not, so it'd be retroactively, so it would really be, I think, like 3 years moving forward. And I think the main difference between the two bills is that the one that we're talking about tonight was done, the action was done through executive order by the governor, whereas the action through Altadena is being done through the legislator, through legislation, which would then be signed by the governor. So the process is a little bit different. Oh, the process is very different, actually. And that was the main argument of the people who challenged the
Executive order.
The item that's being heard tonight is that it was basically, an abuse of the governor's authority or an overreach of the governor's authority to issue that as an executive order. So it's a big difference between what's happening in Altadena versus like what we're discussing tonight.
Commissioner Delgado.
Thank you, Chair. I have one more question. So do we know how many lot splits since 2021 have occurred in Pasadena?
Yes, since 2021, we've had a total of 10 SB 9 applications citywide.
Okay.
Of those, 5 are urban lot splits.
5 or what?
Urban lot splits,
Oh, are they?
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, it has not been a very popular bill, and that's not just a Pasadena thing. All my colleagues in other cities have said the same thing, that they haven't had much interest in SB 9. It's really been all about, as far as single-family neighborhoods, it's all about ADUs.
Right. Thank you.
Commissioner.
What is the minimum lot size for the ability to split?
Oh,
It's low.
Yeah, can you
Yeah,
put the
very-
presentation back on, please? Thanks.
I think it's like 1,200 square
I was
feet or
gonna say
something.
1,200
I think it's like
square feet.
1,200.
That's what I thought, and it seemed very,
Yeah.
very small. 1,200.
Well, it's a statewide bill, so I think that's really incorporating, like the small lots that you would see in a really urban
1,200 square feet.
setting.
Can we have the addresses or know the addresses of what the lot
They
splits are?
can't hear you.
You can't? I'm sorry. Do we get to know the addresses of where the lot splits are occurred?
Yes, I could provide them to the commission if interested.
I'm curious because
Sure.
I drive by a project on El Molino, and it looks like they've put in 2 dwelling units now.
Okay.
And it looks like.
Not on
they-
the list, but we'll look into
It
it.
looks like it could be, this looks like a third is going to be coming soon, at least a third.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just curious what the next move is.
Okay.
So thank you.
And Luis, just so I'm clear, so the governor's executive order, did that only apply to the Palisades and Eaton fire zones? Not statewide?
Not statewide.
I see.
It was just in response to this emergency that we had last January, and it was specifically to Palisades and Eaton Fire.
Those zones, the very, very high fire.
Yes, so even if you see on this diagram here, it's kind of hard to tell, but the black outline is actually properties that were impacted by the fire. Like that was the actual Eden fire went even further south. So if you see along Valley View and Denair, the Eden fire actually spread in that direction towards, I think it was Benito School. Yes, right there. But those areas are not very high fire hazard severity zones, so they weren't subject to the executive order. So just the areas in that salmon pink color.
I was just going to, another question. I went to look to see if we could read their appeal, or their petition, but it's not online. I was curious to see how they developed their argument, but I couldn't find anything.
Their petition is publicly filed on the court's website. I think it's, as Lewis summarized, they're essentially arguing that the governor does not have the authority on the basis that this does not mitigate the past emergency, but is planning for future emergencies. The petition is available online. We can get you a copy of that if you'd like to see
I
it.
read your part, that what you were talking about, and I was looking to see how in-depth they constructed the argument. It's just the legal part of my brain.
Yeah, we can get you a copy of that.
Okay, thank you.
So final question. So the lawsuit was against City of LA, County of Los Angeles, and City of Pasadena? And Malibu?
Yes.
Okay. So 4
Yes.
entities got sued or have to settle, and the state, okay. Thank you.
Chair, I'd like to move to adopt staff's recommendation.
Oh, if we could just ask for public comment or to,
Is there any public comment from anybody online?
okay.
We did receive one letter, though.
Yes, we received one letter which was forwarded to the commission and posted online and made part of the record.
Okay, thank you.
And that was in support of staff's recommendation.
We've closed the public hearing, since there's no comment. Is there a second motion, or did I
I'll
miss it?
second it.
Do you want to do a roll call, please?
Commissioner Walters?
Yay.
Commissioner Higginbotham?
Yes.
Commissioner Hanson?
Abstain.
Commissioner Delgado?
Yes.
Commissioner Burns?
Aye.
Commissioner Albrecht?
Yes.
Vice Chair Giesinger?
Yes.
And Chair Hernandez.
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you. Then we are going to, the next item on our agenda is the election of new officers. And we would go back to the individuals that were on the committee to make their recommendation.
Chair, yes, the nominating committee met on Monday, and after much discussion, we would like to put forward Lambert as the chair, Juliana as the vice chair, and Jennifer as the secretary.
Thank you. We do vote on that, if I remember correctly? Do we vote on them?
Correct. We did in the past.
We vote on
Yes,
our,
for election of officers, You know what, actually, let me pull up your rules real quick so we can make sure we get this right.
I thought
But I believe it's a vote. I'll confirm though, if you give me 30
Okay,
seconds.
I thought it was a
I think each
vote.
one was done separately last year. And I'm sorry, who's a parliamentarian?
Do we have one?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Jen,
We
can,
had Jennifer as the
Are you-
parliamentarian currently. Who, was there a recommendation for, in the next board to have a parliamentarian?
This is secretary.
Or secretary, yeah?
Yes, Jennifer.
Oh, sorry, okay.
we could just vote.
Yeah.
Let's just vote.
Time moves slower or faster when everybody's watching. Here we go. So election of officers. The members shall elect a chair and vice chair, and the commission may designate a temporary chair in the absence. So I think a vote would be appropriate here.
Okay, thank you. Go through the vote, please.
Okay. Commissioner Walters?
Yay.
Commissioner Higginbotham?
Yes.
Commissioner Hanson? Commissioner Delgado?
Yes.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht?
Yes.
Vice Chair Giesinger?
Yes.
And Chair Hernandez.
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you. Now we go into comments and reports from staff.
Yes. Okay. Yes, a couple of things. At the council meeting this past Monday, the council did do first reading on an ordinance regarding the appointment of commissioners. So what was voted on was to do 2 4-year terms for a maximum of 8 years. Because currently it's 2 3-year terms. But there were stricter, the recommendation included stricter language as far as when a term expires and vacating seats and so forth. So that item would go back for second reading on July 13th. So if there's any changes to that from the final, what's adopted, I'll let the commission know. And then the city council's office and city manager's office would be going through the list of current commissioners and doing recommendations, because I think some commissions have more have a greater issue as far as like a larger number of commissioners that would need to be replaced. So it was kind of like how, what would be the best way to kind of phase the changes in that type of thing. So they're going to come up with recommendations. So I'll fill in the commission on that. Our commission doesn't have, I think, we don't have anyone that's like served more than 8 years, I think, on our commission. So we don't really have that issue.
Jason?
I'm sorry, did you have a question?
Just curious as to whether the term changes are retroactive and would affect our current term.
The current term, the way that the ordinance is written, they would say that you would complete your current term, and then the reappointment would then be for 4 years.
Jason, when does it go back to the city council? I'm sorry.
It would go back on they're dark the next 2 weeks, so it would go back on the 13th of July.
Okay, July.
Yeah. It's posted from the agenda from last time. And then 2 ordinances went for second reading. The code amendments that you guys heard a couple weeks ago regarding like with the grandstand seating and the fences and medical uses. So that was approved for second reading. And then also the SB 79, the delayed effectuation ordinance, that was also heard for second reading. And so those are both approved with no issues. As far as upcoming meetings, we do have in July, we have the study sessions for safe parking and for data centers. We also have our work plan, annual work plan, and we also have a code amendments coming up as well. And then also I just wanted to share, if we have someone, well actually we have 2 people in the audience, but the one person in the audience, Lola Osborne, who's from the Parks and Rec Department, but she's actually leaving the city. She's been with the city for, how many years has it been? after 40 years, and she had her start actually in the planning department. She worked in code enforcement, current planning, design historic preservation, Northwest programs, which was originally in the planning department. And then she went to the city manager's office and through economic development. And then 7 years ago, went to Parks and Rec department, where she's been managing Northwest programs and also been the deputy director in that department as well. I think probably her greatest lasting, most like eternal achievement is the City of Gardens ordinance. So the City of Gardens ordinance is really the Lola Osborne ordinance. For those of you who don't know, and the original one, City of Gardens ordinance. And that was really kind of a revolutionary thing that was put together. And, you know, we farm around copies of it like all across America. To different planning departments and planners and students and stuff like that as well. But I know Lola worked on a gazillion other things as well. And definitely the Northwest community, the relationship she's built in that community, working closely with the planning department, you know, working especially with the specific plans, both the original specific plans when they were done and then the most recent updates, as well as, you know, the general plan, which was done like 10 years ago as well. I mean, I remember Lola at all the community meetings and stuff like that as well. Carol, you know, worked with her for many years, many years, as well. So she's definitely going to be missed, but she definitely has a legacy that she's going to be remembered for a long time. So I just want to acknowledge that and thank her for coming to the meeting as well. And that is staff's update.
Yes. I also want to thank you, Lola. I worked with you for a long time, and I'm going to miss you. I remember the City of Gardens, and I cannot remember how many years ago that you worked on it. I'm thinking like 20?
It was in the late 80s.
80s?
It was 88, 87?
So Christopher Alexander, right?
Yeah, it started late 80s and we finished, I think, in 93.
So, I mean, and that's a lasting gift to the city. And we worked on RM12 together. Yes, we did. That's why it's still imprinted in my mind. I think I know where all the RM12 is located in the city. So, yeah, we had a great time.
I too want to thank Lola so very much. It's been a privilege working with her over almost 40 years, and she has tremendous contributions to our city. And Lola, thank you for everything.
Juliana?
Yeah, and I want to chime in too, and I hope that we can close our meeting in recognition of her many years of service.
Okay. Ms. Vane?
I did have a question before we close our meeting, though, so.
Not yet.
And my first experience with the City of Pasadena was on the Human Services Commission, which Lola led as staff. And I think I learned more about the City of Pasadena through those 6 years with her than I will in any other position or any other opportunity I have. So Lola, thank you very much.
Thank you, Lola.
Thank
Enjoyed working with you.
No, any more comments?
Oh, and I'm sorry, the last thing at City Council, they did present the restorative justice presentation as well, which was where the City Council moved forward with all 10 recommendations. And so staff is going to be coming back with kind of an implementation component to it as far as how they'll implement the different components of it, all kind of go in different buckets and have different kind of implementation paths. So some of them, would be, led by the planning department, would be incorporated in the specific plan, and would be, of course, reviewed by this body as well.
In the 10 elements that they talked about, there was one regarding a committee. And I wasn't clear if they were going to stay with a committee or if they were going to, it wasn't clear where they were going to go with that idea.
There was a discussion, one of the recommendations was to form a committee that would review restorative justice kind of issues or topics, both as part of this, the restorative justice, process. And then there was also discussion of having that as being an ongoing kind of component of kind of the city process. One of the council discussed, because there is a lot of overlap with existing commissions of the city.
That was-
So one of the points that was made was that could be maybe a role that could be covered by one or more than one existing commissions. So I don't think that there's really was a final resolution on that.
I didn't think so either.
But I think that was one of the things that was discussed, and I think there seemed to be kind of positive feedback by the council as far as, let's definitely look at our existing commissions to see. I think the Human Relations Commission was brought up, the Northwest Commission was brought up. And I think staff would probably look to see, what else would make sense.
That was what I thought. It was very confusing for a little bit.
Yes.
That's-
Mick has a question. Mick has a question.
Pardon me?
Mick has a question.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Jason. I'm going back to the term limits. There are several of us on this body who are nearing the end of our second 3-year term. What is the consensus or the decision as to continuation or stoppage?
That is a piece that I'm going to get clarity on, that I hope to have before the next meeting. And because the ordinance says 2 terms and 8 years, whichever is greater. So, so one could think that you would still have additional time if you're only served for like 5 or 6 years.
So after the final adoption of the ordinance, we're planning on creating a summary because we're getting similar questions from a lot of commissions. So we'll be giving an update on what it means for you if you're, in that area. But that'll likely come after adoption.
Okay, good.
Follow-up question. Do the terms always start July 1?
That's how it's structured in the ordinance, and that's how it has been in practice as
Okay.
well.
All right.
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yeah, I had a question. I noticed we have not seen Commissioner Sims at a meeting in a long time, and I thought I had heard that she had resigned, so I was curious if that position's vacant, do we still need to call roll call or?
It's been appointed.
She actually, that was, I'm sorry, that was also on my
Yeah.
update.
On Monday's list.
Hold on, I have that right here. I had it written down.
Raphael Anderson.
Where did I write that down? I wrote it down over here. At the council meeting on Monday, effective July 1st, there'll be a new commissioner that was appointed and approved by the council. His name is Raphael Henderson.
Great.
And so he will be serving beginning July 1st. So staff will.
I just thought it was like,
Yes.
because the position was vacant, that we would.
Yes, so that actually is already, that's already been taken care of. I'm not sure if he'll be at the next meeting, but we'll reach out to him and meet with him and kind of go over that. I know he still has to do like training with the city attorney's office, and usually we go over, the city's general plan and how the department's structured and stuff like that. Just so Louis and I will be meeting with him as well.
That's great to hear. Thank you.
You're complete.
I had a lot.
Huh?
I had a lot this time.
Next
Yes, you
item.
did. Comments and reports from committees?
The Design Commission has not met since we last met, so I have nothing to report.
CIP?
Board of Zoning Appeals, no meeting.
CIP, right. I do have a question about the Board of Zoning Appeals. We got an email saying that we will be having a Board of Zoning Appeals meeting.
We did?
I did.
I didn't get one.
I didn't get one.
Did I see one?
Yeah, I don't think we sent one out.
What did I see that was odd?
Yeah, maybe it was a cancellation,
Maybe.
but no, we don't have a BZA meeting scheduled.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything on the horizon?
No.
No.
But it was on, I'll have to go back and look at maybe it was an old email that popped up.
Maybe. That's happened to me sometimes.
That happens to me sometimes. And I just read it and said, okay.
Michael had a question. Is there anything on the horizon?
No, there's not.
Your crystal ball? No, okay.
No, I mean, there is a call for review pending with the city council that was scheduled to be heard this past Monday, but got continued to July 13th. And it's regarding a CUP for a banquet facility at 1453 North Lake.
Okay, that's what I think, I
Yes.
saw that.
So if the council elects to call that for review and send it to the BZA, then that will be on your upcoming agenda.
There's another item too, that's neighbor compatibility. Oh, okay, got it, okay, never mind.
Okay, so that was from Jess Reeves, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes.
That was, so I did see something.
Yes, and to Jason's comment, there was a hillside development permit that was approved by the hearing officer and appealed subsequently by adjacent neighbors. But the applicant is working on revising his application to resolve the appeal concerns and could possibly not even require a hillside development permit after the revisions, thereby not needing even an application. But if things don't work out the way the applicant is working towards, that hillside development permit could potentially be before the Board of Zoning Appeals. And this would be for a rebuild of a fire-destroyed home up in Upper Hastings that was originally a one-story building that was proposed to be rebuilt back as 2 stories.
The one in California, neighbor compatibility.
Oh, I'm not aware of that one.
Yeah. Sorry. There's another item. It's for neighbor compatibility of a house on California, East California. I don't have the actual address, but that would be heard probably in August. But we'll contact the BZA.
Okay. So,
If
there's any other comments from, yes?
Is it new construction or is it a remodel?
Remodel addition to an existing house.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I wanted to ask again if there's been any progress on getting an analysis done on the TOD developments and use of transit and how people are, getting around, whether by personal vehicle or whatever, as I've asked before, especially since we have in District 7, 300% affordable projects coming in that are, near Allen Station. I think we really need to have some more information so that we can learn from what we have in place today and how to, and see how people are living in those environments we already have and those developments we already have, and then taking that into consideration as these new ones come on.
Yeah, that's something when we present the work plan for our informational items that we'll have more, I guess, information on the information items as far as kind of like this will be presented in the fall, this will be presented in the winter, like that type of thing, as far as more of a scheduling of it, as opposed to just saying, these are information items and we'll let you know when we get to it type of thing.
So it's not anytime soon that we're going to see that information?
Well, I mean, we'll give it as a kind of a whole package as part of the work plan, and these are the items that we're providing, kind of like informational presentations on, and that's included as part of it.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
hoping we were going to get information sooner related to that, since so much has come before us, where we're looking at density and all of these specific plans. It feels like
Understood.
we've been making a lot of decisions without having full information. And it seems like we would benefit, and from a planning standpoint, if we had some of that data.
Understood. Well, from a staffing research standpoint, we had all hands on deck for the SB 79 response to it, which
Well,
that had a
that's
very
more recent,
specific
yeah.
deadline. So now that's been adopted. We're actually going to send it to the state for their review. So now we have like a minute to breathe. And so we thought we would then kind of thoughtfully do the information items and then have that as more kind of structured as far as how the year would flow. And I think we want to upfront that as an item as opposed to just kind of having it in a bucket of things to provide information on that we, may or may not get to. Not that you know what I mean. So that it's a little bit more structured to say this is going to come in the fall as opposed to just kind of having it open-ended.
I'd appreciate it, thank you.
Sure. Nick has a question.
Sorry, thank you.
Thank you.
Jason, is there going to be any, going forward, any effort on all the addenda bills that are concurrent or try to fix SB 79? And if so, would it be possible to have a study session so we know all the pieces and what's floating out there, because it's kind of confusing as to how many bills have been submitted to quote-unquote fix SB 79, and where those are and what they intend to do.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. There's really one bill or fix-it bill that really would apply or affect Pasadena, and that's the one that Harabedian has been working on that focuses on historic preservation. There was a recent, I guess, amendments or updates to it that were done at the end of May. I think it was May 28th. And that like passed through, and I get them mixed up. It passed through, I want to say the Assembly smoothly, and so now it's going to the Senate, or I've gotten that mixed up. We could present that to you as far as the draft of it.
Much appreciated,
Sure.
because I think an update would be very helpful.
Sure, definitely. But that's really the main bill that would affect the work we're doing, and also affect the work that we're doing for the TODAP.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
When are you going to start working on the TODAP, or have you already?
we've already started.
There'll be an overlap of those two at one point, will there not? Is it like for,
Yeah, but the bill, if it's approved by the Senate, they would have until September to do that, and then signed by the governor by mid-October. And then the bill would then become effective in January of '27. And then the direction for the council was to have the TODAP approved by the end of '27. So
Okay, so
we'd be
that's a full
fine.
year and a
The
half.
timing of that would be fine, yeah.
and there is no limitation on the time for the effectual?
For the TODAP, just has to be done within a year of the housing element adoption due
okay.
date.
Oh, okay.
But the direction for council was to have that done sooner, not to wait until 2031, which was not our intent anyways.
No. That seems to be way too far in the future.
Yeah.
Do you have a question? Any more questions from anybody? I just want to say congratulations to Lambert.
Thank you. I was going to say thank you to everyone for electing me chairperson. I have to
And
follow some good direction.
I'm looking forward to just handing it over to you.
Exactly. I have to watch everyone, point,
You know, I was
call on
going-
everyone.
I thought I went through all the things that we did for the last couple of years. Do you know we spent a lot of time on the CIP? I was amazed
Yeah.
at how much, I was going through all my calendar, and I said, CIP. A lot of effort was put out by all of you on that committee, and I was impressed when I looked back on it. And we did 3 specific plans. So we worked actually very hard. We had a lot of study sessions, a lot of ordinances that we went through. So I think we did good work. And so I'm looking forward to you doing good work.
Thank you.
And Juliana and Jennifer, thank you. And I think if there's anything else that we have, yes,
Yes, can we close in gratitude to Lola for her
Yes.
many years of service to the city of Pasadena and the community? Thank you so much.
thank you, Joel. Before, we actually should do one more thing, is thank Beverly for her service also, even though she's not here.
Okay.
We should just thank her for being on the planning commission for the number of years she was here, and appreciate all the work that she put into some of our, especially she works on the North Lake Specific Plan. So I want to thank her for that. And thank you, Lola.
And to you, Chair Hernandez, for your time as Planning Commission Chair. Of course, we know we'll continue to have you here in this body, but thank you so much for your
Thank you,
your
Phil.
service in
Thank
that
you.
capacity.
With that,